Welcome back, guys. Sherry here. Now we are going to jump straight to it, but if you would like to see how I prepared for these trials, you can click the link in the upper right hand corner. I'll also leave a link in the description. Okay, now when you get to the first floor of the middle trials, it's going to be just a bunch of wind. Now you can use your stasis and you can see the guy in the middle shooting fire arrows at you. But let's just get up in the air and we're going to go over here to the left hand side and let's drop a bomb on this guy. Now, you don't want to knock these guys off the ledge because we want their weapons. So let's take his weapons, and then the one shooting arrows, I just stasis, and then I hit him. But I made sure my last hit was towards the wall because I want his bow. Now let's grab his bow, and these crates right here, you can bust these crates, but I didn't find anything in them. When you're busting crates with all of this wind blowing around, I suggest using the axe and not a bomb, because if you bomb these, anything that's in them is just going to float up in the wind. Now let's grab this bomb barrel, and there's 3 bokoblins over here on this other ledge. You can hit it twice towards the back and it'll take care of the 2 in the back. But then you're going to have the one in the front. We want his bow, so try not to knock him off when you take care of him. And that will clear the level, but you want to try to grab these weapons that are on fire because we don't want any damage to happen to the weapons and we really want to get them. Now you're going to see a chest up on a wooden platform. You can shoot a fire arrow into it, but if you're wanting to save your arrows, you can also just lay a bomb because the wind will carry the bomb up, wait till it gets right below the platform, and then blow it up. And we're going to find a bow. Now let's jump over here to this other platform. Now you can still use a bomb and reach this one. It's just a little more tricky. You have to let it bounce up and then down and back up. At least that's what I ended up having to do. So I just ended up shooting it with a fire arrow and it was a lot easier. But now just bust all your crates, grab your goodies, and we're out of here. Now when you get to floor 2, I would suggest you get up in the air immediately because you're going to have 2 bokoblins on your left that are going to come at you. And then there's going to be another one up on top of the ledge. Just take care of those guys. Try not to knock them off because you do want their weapons. You're also going to find 2 Wizrobes in here. Now, don't kill them if they're not over top of a ledge, because if you do, they're going to fall into the abyss and so is their weapon. However, they're going to drop meteors on you. I just ran around and tried to avoid them, and then I just used my stasis whenever they were over top of a ledge, and then just tried to get them to the ground, used bombs, anything I could to get them killed because I did not want to give them a headshot and make them fall off the ledge. And guys, you don't have to have these weapons, but it will help. Now once you clear the 2 Wizrobes, smash your crates. Now there is another chest up on a wooden platform. You can easily reach it with a bomb, but then you're out of there. Okay, now when you get to floor 3, this is where your extra stamina wheels may come in handy. You're going to see a bunch of bokoblins shooting bomb arrows and ice arrows. I took out the first 2, the one on the right, and then there's one on the left shooting ice arrows. The 2 in the back are shooting bomb arrows. Just take care of them, and then you're going to see another bokoblin that has a boomerang. Take care of him, and then let's jump across, and you're going to find 2 more bokoblins. But they're pretty easy to take out with a couple of arrows. And now there's going to be a chest on a platform with the balloons. Make sure and hit the balloon that's closest to the wall, and it will allow the chest to slide off the platform. And you won't lose it down into the abyss. And now we just want to bust all of our crates, gather all of your things, and we're out of there. Okay, now when you get to floor 4, don't panic. Just immediately get up into the air and head towards the decayed guardian. And all we're going to do is just shoot it in the eye. Shoot it in the eye and stun it, and then you can get up on the platform. There is a bomb barrel above its head. You can just bust the balloons and it will drop down. But I just got back on the platform and I killed it with arrows just to save my weapons. It took a few arrows, but it was better than hurting my weapons. Now once you take care of the Guardian, there's a couple chests in here, one of which is on a wooden platform. It's pretty easy to get to. The other one is going to be dangling from balloons. So you want to jump over to the platform next to it and stasis it. Now I tried to stasis it with it rocking towards the wall. And then just get up in the air and shoot the balloons, and it should drop straight down. And then just bust all of your crates, gather all of your things, and we're out of there. Now floor 5, that's where you're going to get some chests, and don't forget to crouch when you first get here and grab your fairy. Now this is the first place in this trial to grab wood, so I would suggest bombing these trees and gathering this wood, because you can cook it up and give yourself some quarter hearts. Just remember to only cook one at a time. Even if you cook 5, it's still only going to give you a quarter heart. But then again, you may want to keep some of the wood for the next couple of levels. I didn't use any, but you may want to. Don't forget to use stasis to double check the room just to make sure you didn't forget anything. Cook up the rest of your food and let's move on. Floor 6, we're going to be thrown into the dark and you're going to see some fire kieses. Now I just use bombs to get them. You can run away from them and drop a bomb, or you can throw a bomb at them. You can also use your spear to take care of them. There'll be an electric choo-choo, take care of him, and then once you clear the floor, you'll be able to see again, gather all your goodies, bomb the trees, and we're out of there. Now when we get to floor 7, we're going to run into some fire-breathing Lizalfos. There's going to be one right on your left when you first get here. I used stasis on him a couple of times, and it seemed to work well. Now I used the meteor rod as I was walking up to the skull hideout. Just be careful if you're going to do that because there's tall grass. But there is a Lizalfo right outside on the right-hand side of the skull hideout. You can also shoot the lantern hanging. There's some bomb barrels inside. And don't forget about your ice arrows. Those work really well, but I was trying to save mine, and stasis also worked really well for me. So now gather your goodies, and we're out of there. Now when we get to floor 8, we're still in the dark, but I used the meteor rod just so I could see, and there's some black bokoblins. So I took care of one of them with an ice arrow, and then I used stasis on another one just because I was wanting to reserve my ice arrows, because there's a fire whiz robe in here, and if I had it to do over again, I would take care of him first before I even messed with the bokoblins. You can also pick up a flame blade from one of these guys in here, and that works well too. So then just gather your goodies and we're out of here. On floor 9, we are still in the dark, but there's only one decayed guardian. If you just kind of walk to the right, you'll see it. I literally just shot it in the eye with arrows, and that was it. So take care of that, gather your goodies, and we're out of here. On floor 10, we're going to run into a Phoenix. Now he has a leather shin guard on, so you can shoot a fire arrow or use the meteor rod. And then, of course, we want to hit him in the eye. Now, if you can't hit him in the eye from the ground, I found it easier to kind of run up these steps and jump off these platforms. And then, of course, once you can hit him in the eye, he's gonna fall and we can just run up and well on him. Now, he does have a thunderstorm rod around his neck, so it makes it a little easier to see him. But just continue this process until you can take care of him, then gather your goodies and we're out of here. Floor 11, it's going to be some more chests, and don't forget to crouch, but this time you're going to have 2 fairies. So cook up your food, gather your wood, don't forget about the fish in the pond, and let's move on. Okay, so floor 12, we're going to run into some guardians, but they're sitting in water. Now, I've not used any shock arrows yet, so just hit them with some shock arrows, and that's it. Gather your goodies, and we're out of here. And you just need to use your cryonis to reach the chest. On floor 13, you're going to run into some Guardian Scouts. Now, I used the Thunderstorm Rod on them, but you can probably just run up and hit them. But you might want to be careful with your Thunderstorm Rod and not actually physically hit them with it, because you don't want to break it. It's going to come in real handy in the next couple of floors. Now, I accidentally hit this one with it. I didn't mean to. I guess the hardest part for me is just getting lined up to where those electricity orbs will hit them, but just be careful and try not to hit them. Now, there's 3 of them total in here. Take care of them, and then you're going to find your chest behind this metal box. Grab it, and let's move on. Okay, on floor 14, the first thing I did was build myself an ice pillar, took the little scout out, and then got myself off the floor from where the other 2 guardians were. You can kill the other ones up on the pillar with your arrows relatively easy. After I took care of those 2, I jumped down and then I stasised one of the scouts and killed the other one with a thunderstorm rod. And then I went back and took care of the one across the room. I don't know why I didn't get him earlier, but I just didn't. And then I just jumped across and took care of the other one with the thunderstorm rod. Now make sure and check the water for a chest, gather your goodies and these shields, and we're out of here. Okay, on floor 15, we've got 2 Guardian Scouts. Now, guys, I just hate these things, I'll just tell you. But I did hit one with a thunderstorm rod. Guys, that works well, so try to save that weapon for this floor and possibly the next floor. But then I hit some leaves on the ground with a fire arrow just to get up off the floor and get away from them. Now, I probably should have shot some arrows or something up here when I was off the floor, but I didn't. I jumped down, took a big hit, but I got lucky. He killed the other one, so then I just finished him off with a parry. And guys, if you can't parry the lasers, you can actually run when he shoots in one direction to avoid the laser. And then in between, you can just shoot him with arrows and try to finish him off. But now, if you guys have any tips or tricks when fighting these guys or about anything else, please leave them in the comments below to help others. But let's gather our goodies, and now we're headed to the last floor. Okay, so on the last floor, we've got another Guardian Scout. Probably they're going to come out shooting at you. And guys, when they jump back like this, you want to just get out of the way. Or you can just hide behind one of the pillars, and when he crashes into it, you'll have a couple of moments there that you can run up and grab a couple of hits. But when they are facing you with their spear or their sword, you want to jump side to side, not backwards, to get the flurry rush. But now if they are facing you with their battle axe, then you need to jump backwards to get the flurry rush. But now when these guys do this and they jump backwards and they start with the laser in a circle, just wait until you see the wind. And then when you see the wind, just get up into the air, and then about the time the laser is about to be pointed towards you, go into bullet time, shoot them in the eye, and stun them, and then get a couple of extra headshots if you can. Okay, now when these guys just start shooting lasers at you, now you can run in one direction, and they're going to shoot 4 times, and you can keep from getting hit. And then just turn around and shoot him with some arrows in between. And guys, this is the last level, so just hit him with anything you've got until you can finish him off. Now, if you would like to see the final trials of the sword, click here. And thanks for watching, guys. If you like content like this, show me with a like. And if you're new to the channel, I hope you consider subscribing, and I'll just catch you guys next time.